According to John chapter 9 and chapter 10, verses 1 through 21. Now as he was passing along, he saw a man blind from birth, and his disciples asked him, Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, so that he was born blind? Jesus answered, Neither this man sinned nor his parents, but it was in order that the works of God might be made manifest in his case. We must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night is coming when no man can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the world's light. After he said these things, he spit on the ground and made a clay with the saliva, and put his clay upon the man's eyes, and said to him, Go wash in the pool of Siloam, which is translated, sent forth. And so he went off and washed, and came back seeing. Therefore the neighbors and those who formerly used to see he was a beggar began to say, This is the man that used to sit and beg, is it not? Some would say, This is he. Others would say, Not at all, but he is like him. The man would say, I am he. Consequently, they began to say to him, How then were your eyes opened? He answered, The man called Jesus made a clay and smeared it on my eyes, and said to me, Go to Siloam and wash. I therefore went and washed and gained sight. At this they said to him, Where is that man? He said, I do not know. They led the once blind man himself to the Pharisees. Incidentally, it was Sabbath on the day that Jesus made the clay and opened his eyes. This time, therefore, the Pharisees also took up asking him how he gained sight. He said to them, He put a clay upon my eyes, and I washed and have sight. Therefore, some of the Pharisees began to say, This is not a man from God, because he does not observe the Sabbath. Others began to say, How can a man that is a sinner perform signs of that sort? So there was a division among them. Hence they said to the blind man again, What do you say about him, seeing that he opened your eyes? The man said, He is a prophet. However, the Jews did not believe concerning him that he had been blind and had gained sight until they called the parents of the man that gained sight. And they asked them, Is this your son who you say was born blind? How then is it he sees at present? Then in answer his parents said, We know that this is our son and that he was born blind. But how is it he now sees? We do not know. Or who opened his eyes? We do not know. Ask him. He is of age. He must speak for himself. His parents said these things because they were in fear of the Jews, for the Jews had already come to an agreement that if anyone confessed him as Christ, he would get expelled from the synagogue. This is why his parents said, He is of age. Question him. Therefore, a second time they called the man that had been blind and said to him, Give glory to God. We know that this man is a sinner. In turn he answered, Whether he is a sinner, I do not know. One thing I do know, that whereas I was blind, I see at present. Therefore they said to him, What did he do to you? How did he open your eyes? He answered them, I told you already, and yet you did not listen. Why do you want to hear it again? You do not want to become his disciple also, do you? At this they reviled him and said, You are a disciple of that man, but we are disciples of Moses. We know that God has spoken to Moses, but as for this man, we do not know where he is from. In answer, the man said to them, This certainly is a marvel, that you do not know where he is from, and yet he opened my eyes. We know that God does not listen to sinners, but if anyone is God-fearing and does his will, he listens to this one. From of old it has never been heard that anyone opened the eyes of one born blind. If this man were not from God, he could do nothing at all. In answer, they said to him, You are altogether born in sins, and yet are you teaching us? And they threw him out. Jesus heard that they had thrown him out, and on finding him, he said, Are you putting faith in the Son of Man? The man answered, And who is he, sir, that I may put faith in him? Jesus said to him, You have seen him, and besides, he that is speaking with you is that one. Then he said, I do put faith in him, Lord. And he did obeisance to him. And Jesus said, For this judgment I came into this world, that those not seeing might see, and those seeing might become blind. Those of the Pharisees who were with him heard these things, and they said to him, We are not blind also, are we? Jesus said to them, If you were blind, you would have no sin. But now you say, We see, your sin remains. Most truly I say to you, he that does not enter into the sheepfold through the door, but climbs up some other place, that one is a thief and a plunderer. And he that enters through the door is shepherd of the sheep. The doorkeeper opens to this one, and the sheep listen to his voice, and he calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. When he has got all his own out, he goes before them, and the sheep follow him, because they know his voice. A stranger they will by no means follow, but will flee from him, because they do not know the voice of strangers. Jesus spoke this comparison to them, but they did not know what the things meant that he was speaking to them. Therefore Jesus said again, Most truly I say to you, I am the door of the sheep. All those that have come in place of me are thieves and plunderers, but the sheep have not listened to them. I am the door. Whoever enters through me will be saved, and he will go in and out and find pasturage. The thief does not come unless it is to steal and slay and destroy. I have come that they might have life and might have it in abundance. I am the fine shepherd. The fine shepherd surrenders his soul in behalf of the sheep. The hired man, who is no shepherd, and to whom the sheep do not belong as his own, beholds the wolf coming, and abandons the sheep and flees, and the wolf snatches them and scatters them, because he is a hired man and does not care for the sheep. I am the fine shepherd, and I know my sheep, and my sheep know me, just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father. And I surrender my soul in behalf of the sheep. And I have other sheep, which are not of this fold. Those also I must bring, and they will listen to my voice, and they will become one flock, one shepherd. This is why the Father loves me, because I surrender my soul, in order that I may receive it again. No man has taken it away from me, but I surrender it of my own initiative. I have authority to surrender it, and I have authority to receive it again. The commandment on this I received from my Father. Again, a division resulted among the Jews because of these words. Many of them were saying, He has a demon and is mad. Why do you listen to him? Others would say, These are not the sayings of a demonized man. A demon cannot open blind people's eyes, can it?